Okay, that was embarrassing. My microphone was was muted this whole time. I just gave a whole speech. Well, to go over the whole thing again. Welcome to my stream. My name is James, aka Krabby Flab. We're going to be having some fun. We're going to do a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 3. I played it originally on the PlayStation 2, but the copy I had was pretty scratched. So I only got about maybe a third of the way through the game before I couldn't play any further. So once they announced the remaster on Switch, well, on pretty much every platform, but say what you want about the Switch, but the portability of playing your favorite games can't really be beat. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are going to be when I plan on streaming, 7 to 10 at night. So randomly, I'm going to have Saturday streams. Those will be announced both on social media. By the way, follow Krabby Flab on my Facebook. I got a TikTok. I'll be posting clips to a YouTube channel. I'll be posting more structured videos there on different games I want to play. And on Twitter. I guess now you can live stream on that. But Saturday streams will be announced on there and on Wednesday streams. That way we can plan for them. But for the most part, we're going to be having some fun through the week. Have a lot of fun stuff coming up. For the most part, I'll be playing mostly single player games that interest me. The further on we go, I might jump into the multiplayer sphere. I'm not a professional video game player, so Call of Duty, Fortnite, anything like that is going to be difficult if I ever do it. But the finals been kind of blowing up. It's kind of piquing my interest. I'm not super good at it, but I do have my days recently from playing it for a little bit that been able to get some dubs. So maybe we'll hop on there eventually. That'll be more of a Saturday stream kind of thing. Saturday streams are going to be mostly random. Multiplayer games, maybe one-off kind of games that may not take up an entire stream, but things that I'm kind of interested in. So we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna give it maybe 2 more minutes, just for everyone to get in here. But feel free to chat, ask questions, give hints if you played MGS 3 before. It's been maybe 8-9 years since I played the original one. So well, not the original one, the original MGS 3 on PlayStation, maybe 8 or 9 years. So I'm pretty much going into it blind from what I can remember. So feel free to hang out, ask questions, feel free to type in there. We're gonna have some fun. So very excited about this year. There's a lot of things I want to do, a lot of goals I want to hit. Hello, Moist Toast, aka my wife. Interesting choice of emoji there, but thank you for watching. So this is a big goal that I hit today, just going live right now. This is something I've always wanted to do as a child, growing up doing Let's Plays, watching other streamers. So I finally got the time, the funding, and the motivation to do so. So very excited. Well, without further ado, we're going to jump into the game. Very excited for this. I got it going up now, so I'm going to thank you for the follow. 22063826. Interesting name. I think that might be one of my coworkers if they're watching the stream. But thank you for the follow nonetheless. So let me cut the audio here for the music, and we'll get going here. All right. Very excited. From what I can remember of this game, it's pretty... I mean, Metal Gear Solid games are always pretty story heavy, so... But interesting story nonetheless. I try to go through here and put subtitles on already and stuff, but they actually don't have the option to do so. So let's jump into it. Going on the North American version. The remaster for this game is actually pretty impressive, considering they have, original storyboard art. You can get the European, North American, and the Japanese version, which is pretty crazy, but we're just gonna go for vanilla. All right, HD collection. Let's see how HD it is on the Switch. The Switch is actually pretty powerful. I kind of hate when people talk down on quality and things like that of the Switch. It doesn't do too bad when it's not trying to do something crazy like on Mortal Kombat 1 or anything like that. But all right. Okay, so the options are on the game itself, and captions are already on. Okay. Well, let's get started here. Gonna go on normal. When I played it as a kid, I did play on on super easy.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
The Cold War. Now, don't judge me. I'm not a super huge nerd on the on all of the Metal Gear Solid history, because there's about 20 chapter books full of lore. But I feel like this is a pretty straightforward game as far as lore and everything like that. You don't need to know super much about the other titles.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
I know it's not
Good.
saying much
Got high
because
visibility.
it was on the PlayStation 2, but from what I remember, this looks pretty spot on graphically.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
It doesn't quite have that bloom that I remember from the PlayStation
Does
2
this
version.
pantywaist know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
That's at least 2/3 of that cigar. Which in the Cold War, I can't imagine they were very good, but come on now.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
Let me know if audio levels, everything are good. Microphone's not too quiet or too loud. Game's not too loud.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
I'm gonna try my best to talk
Countdown.
through the cutscenes. These are pretty cutscene heavy, but
3, 2,
do my best to engage.
Spread your wings
and fly. God be with you.
Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
See the way it looks right now. This is how
Well,
people over-exaggerate how shitty
About
this
2 years ago,
Switch looks.
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
Now everybody
From a lowly
better be
technician to head of a
writing
design
this down.
bureau.
This will
That's
be on the
quite a
test at the
success
end of the
story.
stream.
So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the
I think this
process
takes
of
place in the
deploying
70s.
intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The president demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles.
Roy flipping
At
Kent.
the same time, he announced
going
a
on,
naval
man?
blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the
I
Soviets
feel like that's
didn't
somebody
back
I know.
down,
Is it somebody I
instead
know?
placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided
sure.
a nuclear holocaust.
Is this Shannon?
But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the U.S. agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
Some dude at work gave it to me.
The Jupiter IRBMs deployed
Thankfully.
in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them
actually
anyway.
surprisingly
they had no
comfortable.
strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
I kind of forgot how.
You mean the Soviets
Dialogue
pulled out
heavy
of
this
Cuba
game
just to
is.
get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight.
Poor guy.
Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision.
Now this isn't as
What's
bad
more, it's on
as.
the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon
I
is
forgot
it?
what
Something to do with space
Metal Gear
rockets?
Solid it is,
No,
but it has a
missile.
71-minute cutscene.
Same technology.
Thankfully, nothing that bad.
I guess you're right.
Is
We
in
don't
this
know
one.
the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
I think when I
Is
was
Sokolov still in the facility?
13, 14, I skipped all of this, so this is
according
actually
to
new
our
to me.
intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
Oh yeah, you can really see that.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back.
This
mission
is a
would
game,
never have been possible
believe it
if
or
he was
not.
still in the research facility.
I forgot how cutscene heavy this game
This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
All right, here we go. Finally.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring
I
him
thought
back
that was
to
to
the
pull
west.
the parachute. It scared me for a second there.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes.
All right, I think actual gameplay commences.
Once it's complete,
in like
the
30
gunship's arm
seconds.
will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm
I don't know how
cannons,
long.
as well as two 40mm
I think this has
machine
lasted longer than an actual
Sounds like
Halo
she could
jump
hold her own
takes.
against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
And if you
Home
can't
in
talk
time
on
for
your
dinner.
car's
But
Bluetooth
if anything
with
goes
the window
wrong,
open and be
You'll be
coherent, I
eating
doubt
dinner,
they had that
breakfast,
technology
and
back
all the
in the
rest of your
60s.
meals in the jungle.
But whatever. Gameplay, maybe? Exactly. I think he was falling for that. Is this Shannon? I feel like this is Shannon. Or flipping Kent, especially the or you're dead, start the movie over again. Yeah, they had a random button press for me to open the parachute. That's what I thought that R was in the top right. Shannon, yeah. I knew you were watching Ted Lasso, so I figured by the username.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you,
I would have
Major?
questioned why the
What
naked
should I
had to
call
be
you?
in the code name,
Let's see.
but you're
I'll
not using
be-
the naked part.
I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen
Ground
by the enemy.
control, the
You must leave no
Major
trace of your
Tom.
presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words,
Did this just
weapons
turn
and
exit?
equipment are procure on site. That goes for food as well.
That's what I'm
You're
saying. He said
completely
your
naked,
code name
just
is going to
as
be
your name
Naked
implies.
Snake, but I'm just
Great.
going to call you Snake.
Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes.
I would have questioned why
I
the
suppose
naked
calling
part
me
had to be in
Snake
there.
was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
Okay,
No
I'm
problem.
starting to remember,
I can see it from here.
even
It's
though I'm not
stuck on a
physically
branch.
playing the game right now, I'm starting to remember these pieces.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
I did play on super easy when I
I'll
was
be
a
monitoring
kid,
your progress over the radio.
which they give you like
We can't
an
risk violating
a
Soviet
tranquilizer
airspace,
gun that
but I'll be
has,
in the
like,
gunship.
unlimited
My
ammo,
frequency is 140.85.
but this is
I'll
on
give you a
normal, so
call if I need to talk to you. If you need to
I
talk
like
to
to
me,
think my
use
skills
the send
increased a little
function.
bit since I was 12
Okay,
or
Snake,
13.
go get your backpack.
Finally, all right. Let's get to it. Okay, that's crouch. Make sure you guys can see my inventory there. All right, so I have nothing but the knife and a ration. About time, right? I think I started at like 7:15. All right, there it is. There we go. Hello.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
I think I
Got
remember
it.
after everything
Use the
you do,
survival
it's going to
viewer
give you a phone
backpack.
call and explain it.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the
So,
field for a while,
more than
your
likely it's
stamina
going to
will
be
start
very
to drop.
cutscene
If
heavy
your
in
stamina
the first
gets
part.
too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy
Yo, Hush
idea
Puppy.
was this anyway?
Solo
I mean, I think you
covert
know this.
actions
I'm
are
not
standard
very
Fox
well
operating
versed
procedure.
on like military
Can't leave any traces of your presence.
vernacular
No
as it
weapons,
sits.
equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake,
Oh.
in every sense of the
I
word.
thought that was like an actual
There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and U.S. government will deny
actual
any
reference to
involvement in
something.
the affair.
This is back in
Then I'll just
the
have to take
I don't know
care
if you
of
were here
myself,
when they
huh?
I'm afraid so.
when
You've
they
been given a
specified,
fake
but this is
death
actually
bill
during
for
the
that
Cold
purpose.
War.
SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by
Revived
the enemy.
an AR
It'll send
yesterday.
you into
Oh,
a
really?
state of false death
I know
for
you
a
were
short
looking for
time.
one for a while.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival
I'll probably
pill.
pick one up in the
You mean
spring.
that thing they put in my tooth
Once I
before
do some
mission?
more
That's the one.
research. Which one
Be
did you
careful.
get?
If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct.
Radical.
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
You got to bring it so
Relax.
I can check it out.
There's a support team ready to back
But-
you up over the radio.
Who?
Like I said,
I'll
I
introduce them
want to
to
do
you.
some more
This
research
time,
before I dive into
Survival
one.
is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording
That's
your
something.
mission data. She's a member of Fox as
I haven't
well,
heard of
and
them, but
she's here on the gunship with me.
so how good can they be if I haven't heard of them? No, I'm kidding.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
It's cool, man.
Paramedic.
776
As
or
in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a
really.
name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
556.
I wasn't joking, but
Nice.
I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data.
Dear
Whenever you want
Lord,
to save,
can we play?
send a message over the reserved
Not
save
that I don't care about
frequency,
the lore.
140.96.
Important
so
game, I
saving
think,
lets me record
in
my
history.
mission
But
data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's
I
mission
want to say
advisor.
after this part, we get in straight
Bosses.
gameplay for a good
She
little
also
bit.
helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has
There's
it
not a
been?
fast forward button, but I can like move this guy
Boss.
around.
That's right. It's me.
That's about as much as I can do.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been
Tutorial
5 years,
gameplay.
72 days, and 18 hours.
I think that's my brother-in-law,
You've
if I'm not
lost
mistaken.
weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Poning some noobs.
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were
How
still
could you
so many
tell?
things
Well,
I
you're
wanted you
Moist
to teach
Toast, my
me.
wife.
No.
So I
taught
assume
you
Dry
everything
Toast
you needed
is
to know
Jordan.
about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed
Context
to learn on your
clues.
own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In
Technique.
fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit.
So where's Milk
Spirit
Toast?
and body
When
are
we-
like
when
two
me and
sides
Victoria
of a single coin. They're
Actually
the
have a
same
child,
thing.
we'll make
I
his
can't
Twitch
teach
handle
you how to think.
Milk Toast,
You'll just have to figure it out for yourself.
if I remember.
Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins
So
you
this
can
guy's
commit.
supposedly
Politics determine who you face on
A
the
really
battlefield.
high-end spy that they're
And
using for this
politics
mission,
are a
but she's
living
explaining
thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be
the nuances
tomorrow's
of
evil.
war to him
Is that why you
while he's
abandoned
in the
me?
field.
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why.
I can
But
move
you're
this guy
looking
around
for
and
a
I can look
reason
at
to
different
fight.
pictures of whoever I'm talking
You're a
to.
natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a
about it.
soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done.
Do what you tell
I
me,
don't
drill
think about
sergeant.
politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to
I'm
bother
getting the
you.
wiggles.
In the
Just
end,
sitting here.
you have to choose whether you're going to live as a
My wiggles
soldier
are
or
building
just
up.
another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
We need it. That's my
I follow
sister.
the president and the top brass.
Thank you
I'm
for
ready to
following,
die
sis.
for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there
I don't know how
forever.
long you've been sitting
Once
here,
their
but
terms
it's
are up,
literally like
others
been
will
a
take their
movie.
place.
I follow the will of the leader.
I started
no
playing the
matter
actual
who's in
game at like
charge.
7:20.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times.
Hey.
People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy
you for
in
the follow,
absolute
Jordan.
terms. The enemies we fight are only
Appreciate the
enemies in
support
relative terms,
while I watch this
constantly changing with the times.
Novel of a movie.
As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake.
Oh, the code name that
It
we
suits you
mentioned
well.
3 hours ago.
That's right.
In the
the
same
legendary
cutscene.
unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake.
Bro.
The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes,
It's good to hear your voice again.
Ooh.
same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive?
Naked
Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques
Snake
I
was
taught you are sure to come in
My
handy.
nickname in high school.
CQC. Close quarters
Oh,
combat.
wow.
I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
I think
The boss is communicating with us by
close.
radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north
Good
of your
Lord.
current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you.
I definitely skipped this when I
Don't
was
forget
like
that
12 or
this is a
13 because I do
stealth
not
mission.
remember. Okay, here we go, finally. The only thing I've done is 10 seconds of gameplay getting a backpack.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
The way of the blade. I remember.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Finally. All right. Well, this is it. We're in the big times now. Beautiful. Oh. See, this is starting to come back to me now. Let's aim. Should have brushed up on the... Oh. Oh. And that's the game. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Snake, I've noticed you just died. 30 more minutes of explaining. Yeah. They had an entire... Oh! I didn't see that guy. Let's shut him up. Alright, I think... put this guy to sleep. Put this guy to sleep. Perfect. Not sure there's anything over there. America's worst enemy, mud. I didn't die by the alligators or enemy spies. It was fucking mud that got me. You don't have to go through the damn movie all over again. That would literally push me over the edge. If it restarted from me dying in the mud, I'd play Smash or something from that point on. Alright, at least we're getting cutscenes in context and not a history lesson.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out.
Alright, for the sake
CIA
of
and
time,
the
because
American
it's already been
government are
45
involved.
minutes, I think I'm gonna skip through these. Yeah, don't get seen by the other spy. That's pretty straightforward. I'm probably gonna fuck it up anyway. Alright. Give me a second. Only 10-second game. Yeah. It's 10 seconds of walking and 2 hours.
Who's that?
What did I say? I fucked it up. Fucker. Alright. sure.
Sending reinforcements.
Well, my first prediction was right. I did mess it up for skipping the cutscene. That's what I did. Dragon off sniper. Oh. Well, it led us to getting this.
Right there. I see him.
All right. Well. Now watch me clutch this. This guy's dead. Flip that guy. Just kick his ass until he run away. Well, I panicked enough to get out of that situation, so maybe we can move forward. Now I thought I get an actual gun at the beginning of this game, but I guess not. Maybe I have to equip the SVD. Do I even have... Okay, I do have ammo for that. Well...
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder, going into high alert.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Now, given how this is currently going with all the cutscenes and stuff, I'll give it maybe to the end of the week. I really do enjoy this game, but it might not be the best for playing and talking. Oh. All right. Fruit. What I remember. There's one thing I like about Snake. There's one thing I like about these kind of games. Oh yeah, there's one right there. Is that what you're referring to? Tweber? Welcome to the stream. Oh. Already? Okay. I think I have to get out of...
Who's that?
This is HQ.
Literally where? Alright, skill-wise, I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. Yeah. Shimmy now, shimmy now, shimmy now. Oh. Ow. Okay, I'm just gonna roll in all of them. Sonic the Hedgehog attack. It's working so far. Alright, I think I have to get out of here before I... Good shit. Alright. I will get better at this game. Again, it's been about 10 years since I played the original one on PlayStation, but I remember I did okay. Shit. I'm just gonna speed run the entire thing. Yeah, I got a call right in the middle of getting my ass handed to me. I'm good at games, guys. I swear. Jesus. I'm just panicking right now a little bit. Well, good first run. Alright, at least it started me back here. What rush you're on? Russia did win. Because as its only spy, I kind of ran around, walked into a bunch of guys, rolled into them. Sonic the Hedgehog attack is actually how the Cold War was won. Little known fact. Alright, let's take a second here. I'm trying to rush into it. So the sonar that detects animals consumes batteries. Okay. So we're going to take a slower approach to this. Okay. So I believe shoot him in the head, it's an instant knockout. And then I think there's two of them here. Just one? Oh. I just heard somebody. Oh, there's one on the...
What's wrong?
Alright, I got him. See, I'm good. I'm actually good. Or decent. I don't know what the hell happened there. I forgot how you pick this guys up. Well. Alright. I remember you can like eat these.
Who's that?
God damn it. Oh. Hello. Hello again. I got a fucking skid mark on my
HQ.
This is HQ.
enemy shit in himself. What's up? What's up?
This is HQ.
Can you see me? Oh, yep.
Eliminate all enemies.
When in doubt, Sonic the Hedgehog attack. Boom. Always wins. Well, another cutscene.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. can't see Sokolov from here.
It lets me push R to look.
The security is pretty tight.
Something they should have just shown.
There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
And a phone call. Right? Yep.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section.
I think I got my ass
Got it.
handed to me because
Be
I skipped the
careful.
last phone call.
Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's
That's
just
what I'm
that
saying.
when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for
Boogity-boogity-boo.
being so late.
Is
I don't
that
know what it
all?
means.
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the
Here's
target.
30 minutes of my life I won't get back. Probably could condense this cut by 25 minutes. It's exactly how I feel. Imagine like getting this kid, getting this game as a kid. Like I did and expected to sit through 2 hours. Like I said, I think Metal Gear Solid 4 has like a almost 80-minute cutscene at the end of the game, which is crazy. Alright, so we're going to take a little more nuanced approach to how we do this. Okay, so I think the only difference... I would have turned it off, yeah. The only difference between... Got that guy. Between the super easy and the normal mode is that I think super easy has unlimited amounts of tranquilizer ammo. I think they don't wake up, or at least it takes a very long time for them to wake up. I can't remember. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. I played a lot of Halo and they didn't have jump cuts. Yeah, the longest Halo, at least in that era, the longest Halo cutscene was probably like 3 or 4 minutes. But this is just crazy. I'm gonna take the noob approach and look at the controls really quickly. I don't think they have any. Well, yeah, they don't. They said learn how to play the game or don't play at all. Because I know I got to move. I think I remember you can move the bodies so they don't see them. Let's see, this guy's going to see him. Oh, what is that? That gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit.
Just my imagination.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one more. For good measure. Alright, I think you crouch. You hold a button. I can't remember. Crouch and push. Well, or do you have to be empty-handed, maybe? Is it one of those kind of games? No. I'm pushing every button under the sun. You can just teabag them. sure there is. I'll probably have to do some off-stream, like a huge nerd, some off-stream research, just so I'm not absolutely terrible to watch play this.
Huh?
Oh.
What was that?
Leave me alone, leave me alone. God damn it. Alright.
This is HQ.
I don't have my gun. Okay. Check this out. I'm just gonna kick everyone's ass.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
Ow. I say as I get shot and murdered. This guy's knocked out. This guy's asleep. It takes like 100 seconds. Fuck. It takes like 100 seconds to evade these guys, and no one really has the time to do it. Well, what if I use a knife? Can I kill him with the knife? The same. Alright, watch me clutch this. I'm gonna take out this entire platoon by kicking them repeatedly. Oh. That guy's dead. Ow. Ran into the wall. I think if I trank them and then knock them out, that should automatically put them to sleep.
I see him.
There's one. Oh, okay. Yeah, if I trank them and then immediately knock them out, they go straight to sleep. So that was the messiest I think I've ever done. But I think they're all dead nonetheless. Time to eat snacky. No. No. Okay, it doesn't tell you how to eat it though. Well, I will get better, I promise. I'm only a man. And even then, barely. Oh, there's one more guy.
HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Okay, apparently there's somebody else here. So I looked it up, and you gotta put away your gun and push X, I think at the head, to move the body. Okay. I wish I knew that before I just Rambo'd this entire platoon. I'm not even gonna try to sneak up on this guy. I'm just gonna kick his ass. Where is he? Never mind. That will come in handy in the future, because I remember being able to put people into lockers and stuff like that. Leroy Jenkins, yeah, pretty much by necessity. The true American way, yeah. Straight hands won us the Cold War.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men?
I say.
You'll never get it from me.
It's been Mr. Peanut the whole time.
I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
Welcome everyone to the
I have a
stream.
message from him.
What is it?
Feel free
He
to
said
hang
tell
out,
you sorry for being so late.
ask questions.
Did he
Playing
now?
Metal Gear Solid, which is
What does it mean?
apparently a very cutscene
It
heavy game.
means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for
Sorry,
this.
snacks.
You'll have to get me out of here before they arrive.
I don't. I have one. I have a soda from Slotsky's and
Who's
that's about it.
they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
When does any CIA agent
Thunderbolt.
announce they are
Never heard of
CIA
him.
agent?
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction. A man
I
who
was
seeks to seize
FBI
control
when I
of
was
the
younger.
motherland. Ever
Female
since the
body
Cuban Missile
inspector.
Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy
used to
of
tell
peaceful
everybody.
coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and
Starting to see
criticism
why
from
Kojima
hawks in
started
the
making
army
movies.
and the provincial authorities.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of
Khrushchev
Metal
has
Gear
managed
Solid,
to
I think
suppress
it's
the opposition so far. But the failure
Sons
of
of,
his agricultural policies
Sons of
has
something.
put him in a precarious position.
I can't think of it right
And
now.
on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
But Metal Gear Solid, I think 4.
Precisely.
At the end of the game has
In
a
sense,
like an
Khrushchev
80-minute
has
long
lost his biggest
cutscene,
partner,
which is pretty.
and his power base
It's
is
a movie.
rapidly
That's a
crumbling
movie.
away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power.
Kojima's
by
actually
rallying
very
the
funny
anti-government forces, overthrowing
on Twitter,
Khrushchev,
if you guys don't
and
follow him on
installing
Twitter.
Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility
James needs a
much
snack.
like this
That's why he isn't playing well.
OKB 812.
I think she's getting
kind
kinda
of
expressed,
Design
actually.
Bureau, and is using it to further his plans.
Without me.
But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Now, the only part that I vividly remember is that bad guy like grabbing somebody's crotch.
The intelligence says that they are going to make
So,
their move during
I don't know
the
what that says
test.
about me so much as the game.
The soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from
I
capturing
bet if
me,
he has a bag of Cheetos, his game will level up.
even if it meant killing me in
Maybe.
the process, or so it would seem.
We did eat quite a bit ago, but Victoria said I should eat while on stream, but I don't think you guys want to hear me
Volgin will
smacking
come.
into the microphone.
I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Just crunching around the mic, yeah.
Is that so?
Chad, did you see
America is
that? You want a
truly
Cheeto, Chad?
frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No,
With like the dirty baby hand.
I have
with my
no love for this place. Let's
Cheeto.
go.
That's actually what I'm trying to style my hair like. Little kid Cheeto fingers.
Major, this is Snake.
That was my nickname when I was
Sokolov
a
is
kid.
safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery
I'm sorry if
point.
anyone's actually
We'll rendezvous
interested
with you
in...
there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal.
If
Just
anyone's
hurry and
actually
get
super
Sokolov out of
invested
there.
into the story, but these hour-long cutscenes every time you do 15 seconds of gameplay, it's taking its toll already. I think once we get past introduction part, we should be good. Didn't know Alfred was in the game. Right? I I feel like I should remember a lot more of this game than I do. Because I did play it quite a bit. Whenever I had a game as a kid, I would have that for at least... I would have only that game for a good while.
Freeze!
I remember this game being super confusing because I never played any of the other ones. And it's just a weird game after a while.
So
The further
this
you
is
get into it, the
legendary
weirder it
boss.
gets. But I just couldn't stop. Oh, this guy.
Huh?
I think this is the first time I had like ASMR as a kid. Was this guy spinning his guns? That's what I remember from this.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
Oh, clown shoes.
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
You know how cringy that would be? That was like an actual exchange while you're on
Sokolov is ours.
like a military
Get out
mission.
of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
He's doing the
What?
the anime kid hand thing. Those guys deserve to die if they watch that guy shoot for the people and just stood there. Okay. Buster Scruggs over here. And I want to say they didn't ride horses, at least in the jungle. So I'm not sure why he has spurs on either. I remember thinking this guy was super badass as a kid, but he's kind of like an edgelord now that I look at him.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Of course, I could have done that about 10 seconds faster.
You're not the boss, are you?
I think it's kind of like Bruce Lee's combat footage, like they have to slow it down. Alright guys, when I give the super
GRU operatives!
cringy
What is that stance?
meow, that's when you guys come in. It'll look cool, trust me.
That gun. If you're not the boss,
Yeah, this is like the first instance of
then die.
Tarpey as an actual ocelot. This is like the first instance of like furry. The gene to want to be a furry, but nobody knew how to express it.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
See, that's canonically how he fights. That's what I was trying to replicate in the gameplay. I knew what I was doing. thought I was gonna like go into the chamber of his gun.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American.
He sounds
dog.
like this one technician we had at the shop that would talk exactly like that about shooting technique. Shannon, I think you know who I'm talking about.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I have the moderation on the chat, but I'll allow it because I agree. Fuck that guy.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between
A GRU
the
colonel
KGB
sounds like
and
something you
GRU,
get on your foot.
Between Khrushchev's supporters and
That might be
Volgan's.
gross, but
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
all right. So the cutscenes are getting shorter, believe it or not. And then I remember if you like actually kill Ocelot right now. So think about how Snake was like, yes, the way of the blade. This was the first weed. Yeah, exactly. It's all coming back to me now. All right, let me test out that the way to pick up guys. So you said you have to be empty-handed near the head and then press X. Make sure I'm not an idiot. Crouch. All right, I'm just sitting on his face. The legs, maybe? I have to enter him. Square. Oh, square is Y. To, yeah, and then you can, like, bring them. It's not over here. There we go. You do that, and then I don't think you can do it in these, but I remember being able to put them in lockers and shit like that. Okay. Cool. It's just about you entering him. You have to possess him in order to make him walk. Laying him like that. Okay. Let's get going. Yeah, I'm playing on the Switch. The most powerful of all systems. I don't think you can go in there. Okay. I was saying a lot of people talk shit on like the graphical fidelity of the Switch, which in some cases when they try to run games like Mortal Kombat 1, things like that, I think they're getting a little too overconfident, but okay, you can do that. It's all coming back. When they start trying to run games like Mortal Kombat 1, it's kind of like, come on, dude, know your place. But like Skyrim, things like that, they're serviceable enough graphics-wise, and like being able to take them around with you, you can't really beat it. New gen games, yeah, it can get dicey, but it's perfect for these classics. Yeah, these that Mario Legacy game where it was like Super Mario 64, Sunshine, everything like that. That was pretty good. Okay. If I'm not mistaken. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, being able to bring the games with you, kind of, at least for me, in my opinion, supersedes all of that. So I guess that was all here. This game, well, helps your channel grow from a follower. There's like certain goals that you reach, things like that, like the amount of followers, things like that. I know I'm not explaining it correct. There's goals you reach as far as followers. I think I have to push this into the gate, maybe. A certain amount of viewers that you have to retain. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, certain amount of followers, certain amount of viewers for every 30 days, and then that's how they... Oh, is that my stomach? That's how they calculate when you reach like affiliate, which is like one tier of being able to monetize the content that you make, stuff like that. And then just to tell you when I'm going live, things like that.
Okay. I want some more.
All right, calm down, Snake. That's me with my wife's. My wife makes killer fideo. Like it was a recipe that that I found online on TikTok. We kind of followed it. I don't really have the patience for cooking. Any kind of mishap with cooking or anything like that, I go into an inconsolable rage. Alright, give me a second as I find out where the hell I need to go. I think there's, I mean, I know it's that way. But how the hell do I get over there? I feel like my gaming prowess, however you say that, it's not being well communicated in this playthrough, but usually I'm just an idiot when it comes to this kind of stuff. I think there's actually a button, now that I think about it, or something. use it? No. Oh, I might kill Ocelot doing it. Okay, we're good. This right here, maybe? Well, come on now. Bear with me, I'm not the smartest. So there's probably something blatantly just glaring me in the face on how to get the hell out of here. How do you use the...
Snake, stay alert. The KGB and GRU both
gonna
have
ask
their
for
sights
advice.
set on Sokolov. GRU is a military espionage outfit, the intelligence wing of the Soviet defense.
Competes with the KGB, which is under the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and the two are always watching each other, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that would have been...
Major, have you been able to contact the boss?
No.
You really think it's bad?
Oh.
Major, do you know anything about this?
Okay. I keep trying to skip through it, but I keep reactivating the call. Bruh. Okay, there we go. Well, I am... guess I'm just gonna go back the way I came, maybe? Welcome, whoever's just joining us. Yeah, that was the right call. I have to go back to where I came from.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished!
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
It's gonna tell me to push R.
That's what they were making you build.
Yeah.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
So
You can launch
dramatic.
nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
I thought this was so
Is that
cool
thing
and
finished?
badass as a kid.
No, this is only the end of Phase 1.
It's typical, like,
It won't be truly finished until we
like
complete
Japanese video game
Phase
overacting.
2.
Phase 2.
It's kind of endearing for
The
these older
weapon's
games.
true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die.
I think these were
I wanted to see my wife and child again
these were based
in America.
off like the
Please,
007-esque
take me to America, quickly.
spy movies and stuff like that. That's why it's so
They
dramatic.
cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Let me know if audio levels are fine game-wise to microphone-wise. I think they're pretty good where they're at, but if it's too quiet, let me know. Also, for everyone watching, I do multi-stream on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, things like that. Obviously, if you're here on Twitch, this might be the best option for you, but Facebook as well.
Boss?
Really, dude.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets.
Would you just not jump off the bridge at the side of that? Two Hornets existing right next to me would make me jump off that bridge, let alone thousands of them.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
Yeah.
We will fight with you once more.
See, this is where it starts getting weird with all the people with powers and shit like that.
Boss.
Now that all five of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
This guy.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
This guy is the guy I remember. Core memory in this game is him grabbing somebody's crotch later on.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
I may be a noob
Boss,
in the voice
what is
acting
this?
meta, but I know
I'm
she's
defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new host.
she's definitely played somebody else in another game
Recoilless nuclear
or
warheads.
show. Those were nuclear warheads and she's just dropping them?
These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples?
Your mother.
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
When I try to play fight with Victoria, that's how she treats it. That's what she does to me.
We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished.
He talked all that shit about being able to... about the guy's shooting technique, everything like that, just to get his ass handed to him.
I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
Dude, classic move. Playground move, fighting move right there.
The new blood has been rejected.
That guy too. That guy sounds familiar. I know it says their voice actors' names right next to their video game names, but...
Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
I say he did.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it.
Oh my.
Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer. If you select cure, you can start the treatment.
All right, see you, Shannon. Thank you for jumping in here.
Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your
Okay, I
upper
remember
arms,
this
right
healing
elbow, and abdomen.
Minigame.
They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the stick to the affected
And I was like
part
super
of your
impressed
body.
that it shows you like
Once you've
bullets
selected
in
the
his
affected
body and
area,
broken bones.
hold the weapon window button and use the stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button.
What are
With
these
this method, you
buttons
can
you're
use
talking
items
about?
to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
All right, so cure. Push the wrong button because I'm an idiot. All right. So searcher kit for the string cuts. Yeah. Let's use that on the cut. All right. Another cut. Another cut. One last one. A bandage for the broken bones. And then drink colds, stomach aches. So I guess nothing for just getting absolutely rocked. Right? Oh, okay. No bandage applied. Okay, some disinfectant. So now I'm getting the hang of this. Splint. And then bandage. Okay, now to stop the bleeding, use the styptic. Am I saying that right? All better. Oh. Even with these cutting edge graphics, shit like that gets like under my skin.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
I mean, at least the cutscenes are starting to be a little more in context. It's not just a history lesson over and over again. I should put like a limit on the cutscenes if it's going longer than 20 minutes for time wise. I think it would make sense to skip it. But I think these more in context ones shouldn't be so bad.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
She kind of looks like Bayonetta with glasses on. Like a blonde Bayonetta.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear.
It's super obvious if you were trying to hide that.
A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Ew.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use
This
for
was back in the
Sokolov's
60s
research
before.
facility. I think it's time I
Respect
gave this
for
marvelous
women
new
in the
toy a
military.
try.
Was standard practice.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Excuse me while I disgustingly bite my nose. Dude, that close to a nuke, like, if anyone's seen the Wolverine movie, when he's there for, like, Hiroshima, that obviously would have obliterated this guy. Or at least, like, instant cancer. Like, if you can see, what is that, like 2 miles away, maybe? Save? No, I want to watch all these cutscenes again. So that was the intro. That was like the cold open. This song does slap though. I'm not sure if I can play this.
What a thrill with darkness and silence.
This should be fine, right?
What a thrill.
That's super blurry.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
I think these are just like the actual
What a fear in my heart.
cutscene as they were on the PlayStation.
So supreme. I give my life, not for honor.
See, as you can see, the inspiration from like 007 and those like 70s spy movies.
In my time, there'll be no one else.
Okay, for the sake of time, and I really do love this song, I'm going to have to skip it. I'm sorry, everyone who enjoys the lore for this game. But, I mean, there's about 15 hours of cutscene in this game, so I think
Currently
we'll be
flying
okay.
over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet.
If we skip the
Approaching
musical
Soviet
number.
airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze systems shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. Yesterday, the White House...
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
Sorry, I just had
KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that
The
you and I can talk to each
Yumikakuchi
other.
poster is still on there, though.
That's it?
I think
They've
from
also put us in touch with
what
a
I
couple
saw,
of
it's like
insiders.
a different one.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960.
It was a
Remember
different
it?
one originally.
You mean the two NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Vulcan's ranks.
Drink time.
Also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route.
Excuse me.
You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Now, given that this is my first stream,
Control. Unidentified aircraft
Ground
detected.
reflection.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
if this continues like this, because as far as I remember, it wasn't this cutscene heavy.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
But if it is, then maybe we'll switch to something else. I hope the audio levels and everything are fine. I'm scared to go back and watch this and see that the game is too loud. Just breaks every bone in his body again after recovering that long. Yo, su puta madre. That hurt. And phone call time.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
He said it.
Don't
He
forget
said
about
it.
Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out
This
Tom
guy.
wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
Could I possibly have
From
a different name
square
than
zero.
Naked Snake?
My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate.
Okay, again,
Her frequency is the
for
same
time
as during
reasons,
the virtuous mission.
time constraints,
One-
I'm going to skip it. I'm sorry. But look at all this that we would have had to go through. Okay. I'm probably not going to know what to do because I skipped everything, but... What's that? Okay, if I remember right, you could eat the... I don't have the trinket anymore. It's 1911. It's be all right to use. That might be too loud for... I think stealth is the name of the game here. I don't think there should be guards here, right? Because this is where... This is where the bomb dropped. I'm gonna take advantage of them. There being not guards here. But getting some food. There's gonna be some like features I'm not used to just because, like I said when I